I want to take a moment to discuss the education package and the form that is available now for viewing. So I want to talk about, kind of the reasons behind the education process and the package, the history of it, and answer hopefully or expand on some of the areas in this Google form. So first of all, the educational package is basically a way of working really closely one-to-one. It is a process that I've been running for 18 months. I've taken over 30 people through a one-to-one process and all following a very, very similar function. The process itself, and I'm just going to run through this and expand on these as necessary. The process itself is really to find out more about you as a trader, that's from my perspective, to help you to eliminate unhelpful or incorrect information you may have absorbed from other sources or from other learning, re-establish a strong foundation or create a strong foundation from which you can begin to build a trading system or approach. So what we're looking at doing is basically bringing you back down to zero and reforging you in a new and improved manner. It's a personalized education experience. So what I'm looking to do is, if there are any areas of TA that you are looking for some education on, then where possible I will be able to assist. Now if you come to me and ask about Elliott Wave, then I'm going to unfortunately not be a huge amount of help. But if that is within my repertoire to be able to discuss and expand on some of the concepts that you need assistance on, then I will absolutely do that as part of the process. And the aim is really to get you out of that process of entering trades without proper reasoning, losing money, and then repeating that process consistently for however long that may be. Now, of the 30 plus students that there have been, they're typically comprised of the following set of characteristics. They display these characteristics. So they're either consistently losing money over time, they are not improving to the level that they personally would want to be at. So that's quite a big one as well, is that kind of self-improvement isn't there. They're often filled, and this is really true, right? They're often full of great knowledge, but no ability to execute that, or no discipline in terms of risk management. So usually people have, fantastic knowledge when it comes to TA, FA, whatever it may be, but no application methods. They're usually fueled by FOMO, one of my favorite topics, easily led by Twitter, Discord, or Telegram. And this can be closing positions if somebody that they, respect opens a counter position to them. This can be following on with calls. This can be making snap decisions very, very quickly. So all of those elements of FOMO are worked in. They usually have a scattered approach to the markets. They take trades based on the visuals of the candles versus any setups or framework that we may have. And usually what they have is a form of analysis paralysis, so where there's just way too much information going on, and so we've got conflicting signals because we're using 6 different methods of trying to track price, and that can cause a huge amount of confusion. So typically this is what the average student that I've worked with demonstrates. Now, not all of those are present. Some of those may be present. All of them may be present, but it's usually a good mix of those. So let's go on to take a look at how does the one-to-one work. Well, the one-to-one process is 12 hours in total. It's 12 hours of one-to-one time. However you want to use that time is completely down to you. If you want to use that as 1 hour a week for 12 weeks, absolutely fine. If you want to use 2 hours a week for 6 weeks, absolutely fine. If you want to speak to me once a month for 12 months, that's fine. Okay, so the process is completely down to you. Obviously, my time plays a role in that. There are certain times of the day that I'm unavailable because I'll either be actively scalping or monitoring my own positions. But in general, that's the way the process works. The process that I have is structured for the first 4 hours of time that we spend together. The first 4 sessions are about me finding out more about your trading approach, your approach to the markets and your individual traits, weaknesses, strengths, etc. Finding out more about your experience when it comes to things like TA. To be able to discuss and refine what rules can assist you with your trading, and begin the development of a systematic or a rule-based framework that we can begin to utilize for trading. So that's the plan for the first 4 hours. The time after that is dependent on the student. So it is from that point onwards dependent entirely on the direction that we go and the results that we see and the information that we get from the first 4 sessions together. Question now, why do you provide the one-to-one? So like I said, it's been 18 months, 30 plus students that have been involved in the process. Education is a passion of mine, okay? And this is something that, I'm always really keen to stress. This was my business prior to trading full-time. Been trading full-time for 3 years. And prior to that, I ran an education business, and it is still absolutely my passion. It's still something that I love to do. And so for me, this process has put me in touch with fantastic people, and it gives me an ability to put both of my skill sets, trading and education, to good use. So I'm able to utilize the former skill set that I had or still have, along with the new environment that I'm in, which is trading. And secondly, it's a stable income. Okay, so, I'm not going to hide away from the fact that, this is a paid service. And so for me, it offers a stable income. It offers me a secondary form of income that coincides with my trading. And I'm absolutely grateful for that. So let's take a look at what the one-to-one isn't. So the one-to-one isn't a "you're going to make me profitable" approach. All right, it is not something where you just turn up and say, okay, after 12 hours, I'm going to be profitable, because you realize how crazy that sounds. So there is no "you're going to make me profitable" part of this process. And also important to note is, by the end of the process, you might actually decide that you're not cut out for trading. And that's a very serious side of this that you need to consider. Because I've had 2 people that have worked with me that at the end of the process have said, look, you know what? Trading isn't for me. Right? Trading isn't something that I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with just investing, but I don't want to get involved in the trading aspect anymore. I've kind of taught myself out of that. And for me, that's still essentially a win, because these guys identified their weaknesses, decided that they couldn't overcome their weaknesses, and decided that trading was not the best option for them. So what I'm saying here is, this is not a free ride. Okay, I can promise you, I will give you everything in terms of my attention, support, education I can provide. I can give you those frameworks. I can do the coaching and the discussion. But I can't turn you into a profitable trader. The only person that can do that is you, and that comes down to, solely your own actions and the time that you spend implementing and researching and backtesting and going through that process. So, really important. I want to really stress that, this is not something that you just turn up and, in 12 hours, you're suddenly this incredible trader that never does anything wrong again. It does not work that way. The total cost is 0.12 BTC, or an equivalent conversion in the currency of your choice. Let's take a look at the FAQs. Will this process make me profitable? No. Right? That's the management of expectation. It will not make you profitable. We spend 12 hours of time together and I cannot work miracles. That's absolutely true. It is going to give you a very good framework. It is going to raise your education. It is going to set you up in a positive way. But the process itself individually is not just going to flick the switch and make you profitable. Why do you offer one-to-one instead of just trading? Another great question, right? And I've covered this off. I enjoy the process, I enjoy teaching, and it's a stable income for me. Where's the one-to-one completed? The process is done through Discord, so all of these are voice calls through Discord one-to-one. If we can't meet on Discord, we'll use Google Meet instead to complete that process. Underneath here are a list of former students and any feedback that they have provided. This is former or current students with an ongoing one-to-one education plan, and this is the feedback that they have provided. Now, all of these people here have indicated that if you wish to contact them directly, they're absolutely more than happy for you to do so. So if you want to chat to any of these guys, then by all means you're free to get in touch with them in order to discuss their experience and ask any questions that you want to somebody who has been through that. And the final point that I want to make here is, people get very passionate about whenever anybody offers or markets a paid service when it comes to crypto. And I just want to say, there's no pressure on you to sign up. Just because you've either listened to this or you've read the document, there's zero pressure on you to sign up. I still provide plenty of free educational content. I stream twice a week for FTX. I provide, hopefully meaningful content on my Twitter as well. And so, if you do just want to stick to the free side and you don't want to dive into one-to-one, absolutely cool. No worries at all. But please enjoy the other free content that I do offer. So with all of that said, if there are any further questions or you feel as though this form has not explained things in a clear and concise way for you after you've managed to get through everything, or if I've done a bad job in this video, then please just get in touch and I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have.